The magical and medicinal properties of thyme. Thyme is a perennial evergreen herb of the mint family and is closely related to oregano or oregano. It was originally native to the Mediterranean and so tends to like nice, sunny, warm locations, well-drained soil, and can handle dry conditions rather well. In the West, thyme is readily available. It's very popular today as an ornamental plant for the garden. As a live plant, it can be found in most garden centres and even some supermarkets, and dried thyme can be found in the herbs and spices aisle, either in its own jar or within the mixed herbs in the Herbe de Provence jars. On a side note, thyme is one of those herbs that also freezes very well. It's also available as an essential oil. It's long been used in various cuisines from warmer climes. Thyme is used to make tisanes in Armenia, in the popular za'atar condiment of the Near East, and in the bouquet garni, a bundle of herbs tied together and used to flavour soups and stews in France. Thyme is a wonderfully aromatic herb. It was often strewn on floors or added to incenses in times past to uplift the spirits, purify the air, and as offerings to the gods. It was even used to ward off the plague. One theory is that the name thyme is thought to derive from the Greek term for incense, thymiama. Another theory is that it derives from the Greek word thymos, meaning strength or courage. This is because the ancient Greeks burned it to imbue themselves with courage, vigour, and mental focus. Due to this, today thyme is viewed as a herb of the warrior or athlete and used in magic to promote courage, strength, personal power, and to enhance our mental faculties. Thyme is a popular herb today for love and beauty magic. In times past, young ladies in Europe would wear sprigs of thyme in their hair to make themselves beautiful and irresistible, while in medieval times, maidens would give sprigs of thyme or thyme-scented handkerchiefs to their favoured knight at jousting tournaments. Today, thyme is often used in shampoos to encourage a healthy scalp and for promoting good hair growth, and in skin preparations, especially for acne or scars. Several modern toothpastes and mouthwashes contain thyme, as it's long been known to freshen breath, soothe inflamed gums, mouth ulcers, and generally promote good oral health. Thyme has long been appreciated as a herb of great healing and is an easy-to-find or go-to herb for any kind of spell. It was listed as a healing herb in Hippocrates' Materia Medica way back in the 5th century before the current era. Historically, it was used on bandages before the advent of modern antibiotics for its antibiotic properties. Thyme is antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. It's found in some formulations for athlete's foot, and for centuries was placed in the shoes to help deodorize them. It's one of those herbs that the modern witch heads straight for in the winter season when coughs and colds abound. It's used to treat all sorts of respiratory issues, IBS, and other digestive issues, and some use it to help them with headaches and migraines. Thyme is not, however, recommended for those with bleeding or hormone disorders. Famed for both its abilities to purify and protect a space or person, thyme is used as incense to cleanse magical tools and sacred spaces, in cleansing washes as a natural disinfecting agency, in herb sachets placed under the pillow to keep away nightmares, to scent purification baths, in bundles hung above doors and in windows, and grown in and around the home to ward away negative energies. On a purely practical level, thyme really does work to help keep away certain pests, such as fleas and moths, because they simply can't stand the smell of thyme. The bees, however, absolutely love its pretty and nectar-rich purple flowers, and honey made from thyme was considered to be the very best of all the flower honeys. As a traditional funerary herb, it was planted on graves in Wales, and the ancient world sprigs of thyme were placed in the coffin with the deceased, as they would apparently help guide them on their way to the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians used thyme in the long and complex process of embalming the dead. Today, witches may place sprigs of thyme on their altar to their ancestors, burn its incense or essential oil during ancestor work or at the time of Samhain, the Celtic festival of the dead, or place thyme on the grave of a loved one. There is a lingering superstition that to bring thyme into the house is to welcome in death, but most of us today have thyme somewhere in our houses, usually in the pantry or our toiletries, so I think that's one that most of us tend to ignore, instead focusing on how useful it is to have some thyme on hand. Thyme is one of the great fairy herbs. It's said that fairies dwell where thyme grows. In Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream, the bower of the fairy queen Titania is said to be in a bank where wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows. It is therefore a herb of the eve of the midsummer solstice, that most fairy of festivals. It was even said that the fairy monarchs and their retinues would dance on beds of thyme on Midsummer's Day. Thyme is a key ingredient of the fairy ointment, which allows people to see fairies. If you've ever heard tell of the various fairy midwife tales, it is this ointment that the midwife accidentally gets into her eye, allowing her to see the fairies as they truly are. If you work with fairies, thyme really does attract them and enables you to commune with them. You can use it in spells, incenses, offerings, such as a thyme tea or a thyme butter, which they really love, and grow some in your garden to give them some space to live and dance in. It's said that in exchange they will bless you with all sorts of luck. There's a great deal of debate about Thyme's magical associations in modern witchcraft. Now, I don't know about you, but I find this kind of difference of opinion very valuable. It's an incredible learning opportunity. Some say that this is a plant ruled by the element of water and the planet Venus, due to its links with love and healing. Others say that thyme is of the element of fire, because it's slightly spicy kick, and it's ruled over the planet of Mars, as it's the herb of the warrior. Personally, I think it's a bit of both, but we all have our own ideas and experiences from working with thyme, don't we? What do you think? Let us know below. Thyme is sacred to the gods of war, such as Ares and Mars, and to the goddesses of love and beauty, such as Aphrodite, Venus and Freya. It's also looked upon kindly by those gods and goddesses who are also fairy monarchs, such as Anya, Diana, Bridget, and of course, Morgan Le Fay. How do you work with thyme? Is it one of your favourites? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.